Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. John Owen talks about sports and movies. Thank you for checking out today's video. I always appreciate the support. Let's get into it. So, the superhero genre is one that's filled with a lot of great films and a lot of different varying types of films with different story types and tones and everything like that. And it's also probably my favorite genre. And so today we're going to rank my favorite superhero movies. This list was really hard to come by just because there's a lot of superhero movies that I absolutely love and adore, but I can't talk about all of them because that video would literally take forever. So we're just going to talk about my favorites. This list is not ranking them based on how good I think they are. This is just purely my favorites. I just want to emphasize that. Make sure you leave your thoughts on this list below and comment down your favorite superhero movie. Let's go. Coming in at number 12, we got Guardians of the Galaxy. So this was the first MCU movie that I had seen in theaters. Not the first one I had ever seen, but just in theaters. So that's always going to be pretty special to me. I love the movie theater experience. It's all time probably my favorite feeling ever. But watching this movie just a lot, and it's just easy and fun to watch. They've got a great cast, great quirky characters, great story. It's just super funny, and it's not. And then, I mean, even with all the jokes and the silliness and everything, there's some really powerful emotional moments. We Are Groot at the end when they all come together to hold the Power Stone. Just all that. I mean, it's just one of the best, and it starts off our list strong. All right, number 11, we got Aquaman. I really like this movie just because it is just really, really fun and wacky and just kind of just super, super out there. I love Arthur's journey through the movie. I believe King Orm is probably the DCEU's best villain. With all this under the water sea wackiness, there's a lot of very familiar Shakespearean royal blood family drama that we've seen this type of story before, but it just works so well. It's just a good fundamental story. I really like Black Manta, even though his role was small. I think it was a great setup for him in the sequel and in the future. I love the long action shots. Those are one of my favorite types of shots, and they're very well done in this movie. And then just the third act, when they just go all in craziness on it. It's just, this movie is just super fun, and you just have a good time with it. Starting off for number 10, or starting our top 10 is X-Men Days of Future Past. So when I went and first saw this movie when I was like 12, I had not seen any of the X-Men movies before, so I was really scared that I wasn't going to understand kind of what was going on. But they worked it really well, and I think that it's very self-explanatory if you had not seen any of the X-Men movies ever before. I think they do the time travel very well. I think this was just a really creative way to kind of do a soft reboot for the franchise because, the older actors were getting old. And, it was a new way for them to keep telling stories with these characters that we are very familiar with in a new, different way with different people. Michael Fassbender is absolutely fantastic as Magneto. James McAvoy does a good job as Professor X. It was super fun just to get to hang out with Wolverine in the past. To see both Professor X's interacting with each other was cool. The stakes in this movie are ginormous. I liked it because there was a lot of tension, because Logan had to get this task done before they ran out of time in the future. So not only do I have to stop the thing in the past, but they have to do it before the thing that they're trying to prevent in the future happens. So there's a lot of tension and stuff. And then when you throw in great scenes like Quicksilver's run in the Pentagon kitchen, I mean, it's just an all-time great classic. Okay, number 9 is Spider-Man Far From Home. This is a movie that I've talked about quite a bit recently. This is my favorite Spider-Man movie. Not that I think it's the best. I admit it's not the most concisely written movie. The storyline is a little loose with the Edith. But just the action and Peter's emotional journey of accepting the responsibility of becoming an Avenger and Peter's chemistry and relationship with MJ and the supporting cast is all just super fun. And I believe Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, is absolutely fantastic. Mysterio to me is one of the best MCU villains. All his illusion stuff is fantastic. The specific illusion, the really, really big one, where it ends with Peter getting ran over by the train, was awesome. And the third act finale is one of the best MCU finales in history. Number 8, we got Wonder Woman. To me, probably one of the best superhero movies of all time. No Man's Land scene where she goes across with that Hans Zimmer score. Probably one of the greatest scenes in superhero history. But besides all that, I love Diana's journey as just this innocent but confident warrior from this land that's way different, and just her seeing that the world is very flawed, but she still accepts it and wants to protect it is just really cool. I loved everything they did on Themyscira. Uh, Steve Trevor was awesome. Him and Diana's relationship was really nice. Diana's kind of little gang and band of soldiers was they were all super funny and everything like that. It's just a really powerful movie, really good. The third act is not quite as good as the first two, but it's still pretty good. That's probably my only complaint with the movie. But Wonder Woman is another just fantastic movie. Coming at number 7, we got Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Maybe objectively the best MCU movie, right there with Infinity War, which I'll talk about later in the video. Uh, just, just the it's just a different type of movie that the MCU had seen and didn't see after that. It's a meta commentary on the government control, political thriller. It was just way different. I loved the action in this movie just because we just get to see our characters just brawl, just throw down, throw hands, just absolute brawl it out. The elevator scene is awesome. Bucky's just wonderful in this movie. I love the introduction of Falcon. Falcon's one of my favorite MCU characters now. I liked how Steve and Nat were able to have like a really nice friendship without it feeling romantic at all. That was really nice. Just to have really friends. Alexander Pierce was good, and then the last fight between Bucky and Cap is so emotional and well done and just awesome. Number 6, we got The Dark Knight. Maybe the best superhero movie ever. It's just, I mean, if you've seen The Dark Knight, you know what I'm talking about. Heath Ledger as Joker is just iconic and amazing and awesome. This is honestly probably the movie that I've seen either the most or the second most on this entire list. I remember I watched this movie all the time on my mom's iPad. When you used to go to like the iTunes store and buy movies to download on your iPad and stuff like that. But just the ideological battle between Joker and Batman is just awesome. They're complete total polar opposites, and I believe they nail it in this movie. Harvey Dent and Two-Face he's awesome. Batman taking the fall for the murder of Harvey Dent was just really cool too, and everything like that. It's just an awesome, 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 awesome movie. Coming in number 5, we've got The Avengers. The next movies, the rest of the list I've talked about quite a bit, so I'm not going to necessarily dive super deep into them, but I've said it before. The Avengers is the movie that proved that the concept of the MCU was going to work. That these shared universes with these different storylines and films and tones and themes could all mesh together, and they could all work together seamlessly. Loki was a great antagonist in this movie. The perfect threat level for our original 6. All the banter and arguing and all that was really good. And then the third act has got to be one of the best third acts in movie history. It's just super fun, super triumphant. And so Avengers is going to clock in at number 5. All right, number 4, we got Captain America: Civil War. This is the movie that really got me into the MCU. It really propelled me to just dive all in this universe because I had not seen all the MCU movies up to this point by the time I had saw Civil War, but it's just epic. Obviously you've got great set pieces like the airport scene, Captain America and Bucky's fight versus Iron Man, which is super emotional. Definitely one of the best acts. Third acts. I know I keep saying that, but all these movies have great, or a lot of these movies have great third acts. And just like I said in Dark Knight, just a great ideological battle between Iron Man and Cap, and it just makes you think, and that makes it a good movie. It makes you think about the government's bigger role and everything like that, and the fact that they were able to introduce Black Panther and Spider-Man so seamlessly, fantastic. Number 3, we got Thor Ragnarok. Just honestly, probably the most fun movie on this list. It's just easy breezy, super fun, really, really funny. In my opinion, the funniest MCU movie. It's got some great action, some great shots. You know, every time you get to see Thor just light up, it's just light up and his eyes start glowing. It just gives you this certain type of just chills. Hulk, you know, this was the last time we truly saw Hulk out really big. So that's always fun looking back in hindsight. Like the addition of Valkyrie. I like Thor's personal journey as he deals with the fact that him and Loki are not going to be, you know, these best friends forever and fight side by side and everything like that. It's just a really good maturation for the character of Thor, and it starts this great three movie arc that goes from Ragnarok to Infinity War to Endgame. Coming in number 2, we got Infinity War. In my opinion, probably the best MCU movie, just pure objectivity. Thanos is awesome. He's an all-time great villain. That's where he starts off with. Thor dropping down in Wakanda is probably one of my favorite. It's not probably. It is one of my favorite scenes in movie history. I mean, it's just totally epic. Definitely the biggest crossover ever. Just from the fact that everyone that's in this movie is in this movie for the entire run. Endgame, while Endgame has literally everyone we've seen so far, not literally everyone's in it the whole time, as opposed to this, everyone that we know and love is in this movie for the entire run. Great action, Battle of Wakanda's fun. Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and SpiderMan and the Guardians versus Thanos on Titan, super cool. Captain America and Black Panther running against each other, super cool. But what really makes this movie great is the end. Just a totally shocking ending, the snap and everyone turning to dust. Just awesome. Before I reveal number 1, we're going to do some honorable mentions. People that just missed the top 12. Captain America, the First Avenger, Iron Man, Spider-Man Homecoming, Batman Begins, Man of Steel, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, with a whole lot more. But these are the guys I had to throw in an honorable mention. And last, we got Avengers Endgame. My favorite movie of all time. Anytime we start ranking movies, just from a personal favorite standpoint, this movie's always going to end up on top. It's just a perfect ending to what the MCU had been so far. Great character moments, great just universe unifying moments that really, it was just kind of a flex on how well the universe had been built up and connected and everything like that. The portal scene, Cap lifting Mjolnir, Iron Man snap, Scarlet Witch, Mr. Stark we want, the time heist, just everything about this movie. While I don't think it's perfect, it's just perfect from a fan service and just emotional standpoint. So like I said, thank you for watching today's video. Make sure you check out all the linked content, like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on your thoughts on the list and your favorites. Check out the linked content. You have a great day.